Welcome, everyone, to episode 11 of Unitour Talks, the deep dive. So, if you're an event planner, maybe always searching for that next destination that feels really special, exotic, maybe a bit mysterious, but still somehow reachable, then I think this deep dive is definitely for you. Today, we're focusing on Marrakech and, well, Morocco more broadly. We're exploring its amazing potential for corporate events, for incentive trips using insights from the material you've sent us. And as we started digging into this, one thing just kept coming up again and again: the absolutely vital role of destination management companies, DMCs. So let's dive in.
Yeah, it's really interesting how the sources describe Marrakesh. It's all about, sensory richness, bursting with colors, these incredible spices, the promise of genuinely exotic experiences. It really grabs you.
It really does. You read about it, and words like vibrant culture, stunning landscapes, they just jump out. And emerging hotspot for incentive travel, it sounds like it offers something way beyond the ordinary.
Hmm, something memorable. And it's not just Marrakesh, is it? The whole country, Morocco, is presented as this land of uh, rich culture, diverse landscapes. You've got mountains, desert, bustling cities. It's already popular for events, sure, but maybe its full potential for those truly unique, authentic experiences isn't always tapped into.
Which leads us straight to the challenge, right? I mean, the appeal is obvious, but if you're sitting thousands of miles away trying to orchestrate a complex event or a big incentive trip there, well, that sounds, frankly, pretty intimidating.
The logistics alone.
Yeah, seems like a huge hurdle.
Exactly. How do you actually connect that incredible potential of a place like Marrakesh with the tricky reality of making it happen smoothly on the ground?
Yeah.
And that's precisely where these destination management companies become so crucial. They're not just helpful. The materials really position them as essential partners. They're the key, really, to unlocking it all.
Okay, so they're the boots on the ground, the local experts, the navigators. I think someone called them a one-stop shop solution, which sounds like they handle pretty much everything.
Basically, yes, that's the idea. They're the people there with that deep ingrained destination knowledge and the event management skills. They kind of allow the planner to focus more on the big picture, the strategic goals, rather than getting totally bogged down in the operational weeds.
Right. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So how do they actually do that? How does that local knowledge turn into these amazing experiences? What are they providing specifically?
Well, it really starts with that destination expertise you mentioned. They live and breathe the city's culture, its traditions, its customs. They know the obvious landmarks, sure, but they also know the best venues for different needs, the really unique activities that will click with a group, and crucially, those hidden gems.
Things you'd never find on your own, probably.
Exactly. Things you wouldn't find in a standard guidebook.
And that allows them to create really customized experiences then, not just off-the-shelf packages.
Precisely. We're talking bespoke, tailored programs. They work with you on customizable packages that fit, different budgets, different group objectives. And the range of venues they can potentially unlock is quite something. You've got the traditional ryads with all that charm, then the luxury hotels, of course, but also these really unique spots like out in the Palmyra, the Palm Groves, or even the Agafay Desert nearby.
Wow, venues that are almost experiences in themselves. And what about the activities? How do they make those stand out?
By really using the location. So think beyond just a standard city tour. The materials talk about team-building activities that are culturally relevant, proper cultural immersion, outdoor adventures too. Imagine a hot air balloon ride over the landscape at dawn, or, the classic camel trek. Things that really connect people to the place.
Yeah, those are the things people talk about years later. And presumably they handle all the nitty-gritty stuff too, the practical side.
Oh, absolutely. Logistics are a huge piece of the puzzle. Arranging all the transporter, airport transfers, getting people around during the event. They often organize these wonderful traditional Moroccan welcome ceremonies, which, sets such a great tone right from the start. Plus, they handle all the essential services. Catering, AV equipment, staffing, anything needed to make it run like clockwork.
And entertainment, bringing that local flavor in.
Yes. And the options mentioned really lean into the culture. Live Moroccan music, traditional dancers, maybe even storytellers sharing local legends. And then those brilliant interactive things like hands-on cooking classes, learning tagine secrets, or getting traditional henna designs done. It's about really immersing people.
So it sounds like they cover the whole spectrum, from the wow factor experiences right down to the seamless execution. Let's shift gears slightly. Why is working with a good DMC such a strategic plus for planners? The materials hint at certain qualities.
Yeah, and this is where it gets really valuable for the planner. The first big advantage highlighted is authenticity. A top DMC doesn't just offer a sort of surface-level tourist view. They really embrace and showcase Morocco's unique culture and heritage genuinely.
Going deeper than just seeing things, right? Like actually doing things. The sources mention experiences like staging a mock Berber wedding ceremony or a cooking class, not just in a demo kitchen, but with a local chef, maybe in their home or a traditional setting, or arranging a visit to a proper hammam.
Exactly. Those are the kinds of things that elevate an event from just nice to truly memorable and distinct. It feels special, not generic.
And how do they make that happen? Is it just knowing where to go?
Well, a lot of that ability comes down to another key advantage, their relationships. Moroccan culture, as the material suggests, really values hospitality and strong personal connections. A successful DMC spends years building deep ties with local suppliers, vendors, artists, community figures. Everyone.
Right. So how does that network help the event planner, practically speaking?
It translates directly into better access, for one. Access to unique venues or experiences that might not even be publicly listed. And often it means better pricing and more reliable service because they're working with trusted partners. They're tapping into local knowledge and influence that an outsider just couldn't replicate.
It's like having a well-connected insider working for you.
Hmm.
Okay. What about sustainability? That's increasingly important.
Definitely. And the sources point to this as a key quality for modern DMCs. A good DMC can help you make sustainable choices, selecting eco-conscious venues, planning efficient transport, suggesting activities with a lower environmental impact. For planners whose clients prioritize this, and many do now, that's a huge plus. It shows responsible planning.
And technology, does that play a role in the DMC advantage?
It does. Things like offering virtual site inspections, super useful for planners who can't easily travel back and forth, using event apps for communication, maybe even augmented reality elements to enhance an experience on site. It just streamlines things and shows they're up to date.
And I imagine flexibility is absolutely key, especially in a place like Marrakech. Things
Right.
can change, right?
Oh, essential. You need a partner who is adaptable. Someone who can navigate any local nuances, handle unexpected changes smoothly, maybe pivot if needed. A flexible DMC keeps things fresh, solves problems quickly, and ensures the event doesn't feel dated.
Okay, and finally, the budget. Always a critical factor. How do DMCs help there?
Well, the idea is they work closely with you right from the beginning to really understand your goals and your budget limits. Then, because of those strong local relationships we talked about, they can often negotiate better rates and terms than you could directly. They help optimize how your money is spent to get the most impact and value.
So wrapping all that up, the expertise, the range of services, these strategic advantages, what's the final picture? What's the real outcome for everyone involved when you partner with a great DMC in Marrakech?
Well, for the event planner, it should mean significantly less stress. You're handing over the really complex on-the-ground execution to experts you trust. You've got that reliable support right there managing all the moving parts.
Peace of mind, essentially. And for the attendees, what's in it for them?
For them, hopefully, it's just a seamless, amazing, unforgettable experience. They get to dive into the magic of Morocco, the wonder of Marrakech, without any of the background stress or logistical worries. They just enjoy the journey.
And leave with really powerful memories, I guess.
Exactly. Lasting, meaningful memories.
It really does sound like the difference between just holding an event in a location versus enabling your attendees to truly experience that destination through the event itself.
That's a great way to put it. Partnering with the right DMC, someone knowledgeable and plugged in, is genuinely how you unlock the real magic of Marrakech and Morocco. It's how you go beyond just ticking boxes for a successful event and create something, truly captivating.
Which leaves me with a final thought for you, our listener, as you think about your own future events. Considering the incredible cultural depth available in a place like Marrakech, what's one authentic, maybe slightly unexpected element you could weave into your program to make it truly unforgettable for your attendees? Something to ponder. And that brings us to the end of this deep dive. Thank you so much for tuning into episode 11 of Unitour Talks. If you found this discussion on Marrakech and the power of DMCs useful for your own planning, we'd be really grateful if you could take a moment to leave us a 5-star review. It genuinely helps us keep these conversations going. Remember, you can find the deep dive on all major podcast platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Podcasts, and Deezer. We'll be back soon with another topic to unpack.